The idea of what am I proudest about is not something that I really consider. I think to me it's more important that I'm doing, the best that I can and the things that make me happy each day. I think that alone I'm pretty proud of. I'm pretty proud that I get to live that kind of life. When someone looks at my paintings, I want them to relive their own personal experience with a similar situation. I'm trying to pull back special memories from people of their experiences with nature. Most often my inspiration comes from an experience for me in nature, and that could be a trip to a national park, it could be a walk around my garden in the morning. The commissioned work that I do is definitely giving people a memory of something they're connected to. The pet commissions that I do, a lot of them, I've done a lot of dogs. The dogs are part of the people's family. So, and in a lot of cases, people come to me when their dogs are later in life and they know that they're not going to have their pet forever, and they'd like to have, something that they can hang in their house that reminds them of all the good times that they've had with their pet. I grew up in a small town, Nanticoke, Pennsylvania, and it's really a coal mining town. It's got this amazing work ethic, and it's got a really close-knit kind of tight community. I started drawing as soon as I can hold a pencil. My parents supported it as a hobby kind of thing. They thought, well, it's what he loves to do, so we'll get him some lessons to do that. As high school finished up, though, they sort of sat me down for that talk of, there's really no money in art. And I think that's both good and bad. I mean, I think it was a reality check for me, and I think it was something that I needed to hear, and ultimately made my decisions that, I need to be, it's that blue-collar background again. Like, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. So it was sort of an easy decision for me to say, no, I'm not going to pursue art as a career at that time. So I majored in math, and then it's off to the work world. It was, using those math skills. I was a methods and time study engineer. I would go out to the plant floor and then say, where can we improve the process? The more that I had done the other career, the more that kind of day-to-day stress takes out of you. And I looked to art more as a sense of relaxation and started to do more art. I picked up a set of oil paint. Never painted before, had always drawn, and I thought, I need something different. And the more that I painted, the more that I enjoyed it, and the more that I experienced this sense of sort of complete relaxation as I'm painting. So at that point, I looked up the art instructor, Judy Keats, that had been my instructor 25 years earlier. She remembered me from when I was 15 and 16 years old, and started taking lessons from her again. We are in my studio, Studio 123 in Golden Belt. The amazing thing about working here is that there are so many other artists around. There's constantly people being, in the middle of their creative process. We can wander around, talk to other people, find out what they're doing, help each other, really. I wanted to come to Golden Belt even before I moved to Golden Belt. And I thought to myself, if I could ever get a studio at Golden Belt, I would, that's like my dream place to work. But at that time I thought, there's a jury process, look at all these professional artists, you could see people's resumes hanging on the wall, so I could see how accomplished these artists are. And I thought that's probably just a pipe dream, but I guess artists are dreamers too, so